Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Euroborosec, and in this video series we are going to discuss about the dark web. And in today's video basically we are going to look at installation of the browser to use, the operating system, and so much more. So by now most people know what the clear web is. So the clear web is just going to Google and typing a specific website with a specific domain such as .com and getting the result. But the dark web, the only way to access it is using a specific browser known as the Tor browser with a .onion link. So in my previous video where we were talking about the ultimate guide of staying anonymous while hacking, I had an in-depth overview of what the Tor browser is. So if you want to check that video, I will leave a link in the description so you can go and check it out. So without just talking too much, we can just go clearly and start this video. So basically, how I like to access the dark web is making sure that I access the dark web securely. And the perfect combo, or the combination that I'm going to show you guys, is that if you want to access the dark web, you first have to make sure that you are not going to use Tor with your hosting or your host or your machine that you use on your day-to-day activities. The reason is when you access Tor browser or the dark web websites, there is high chances that those websites have malicious software in them. So you might end up downloading a PDF, or you might end up going to a website. If you've not disabled JavaScript on the Tor browser setting, you might end up that website might end up loading some malicious JavaScript code to your main machine. So you want to try and avoid those things. So the best way that I like to approach this is actually using Tor browser with the Tails operating system. So the Tails operating system is one of those operating system that mainly focuses on privacy and things to do with censorship. So I like using Tor with operating systems such as Tails, which is actually a bootable operating system that you can just install it in your USB thumb drive, load it on any type of computer that you're going to use it, and after that, once you shut it down, all the information is just gone. So that is the benefit of using Tails and Tor. So that is my combination of actually using the Tor browser. And one of the things that I found is that most people dispute and have the question of, okay, is it good to use Tor over VPN? So personally, I don't mind using Tor over VPN because I think it's the best way. If you look at it in this way, if you're going to access Tor, your ISP or internet service provider actually knows that you've accessed Tor node, and they won't know the access node, but they will know that you're accessing Tor node. So what most people will love is just using a VPN, so that the ISP know that you are connected to a VPN in a server that is in Germany, and then you now move from that server that is in Germany, and then you access the Tor browser and or a Tor node, and then you go to the dark web. And there are also other VPNs such as hide.me, which actually will route you through multiple servers. So you can have like 3 servers from Germany to France to China, and then you enter Tor network. But you can imagine how if you don't have a good internet connection, this is going to be really slow. And the best way is just, for this video series, I'm just going to use Tor without accessing any VPN. But if you think that you mind privacy and you want that extra layer of protection, you can actually use a VPN. So without further ado, let's begin, and let me show you how to actually access Tails. So in this video, we are not going to boot Tails from a USB thumb drive because that's a long process and I want to record. It might be very it might be very inconvenient for me. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use Tails on VMware workstation that I have, and then we will, from henceforth, we can be recording videos, and I'll be showing you how to actually navigate through Tor. So when you go to tails.net, you will find the Tails official website that you can look at the documentation. So Tails is a portable operating system that protects against surveillance and censorship. So what I know is that when you come here to the install Tails part, you can look at your operating system. So you're going to look at, okay, that USB thumb drive, are you going to boot it on a Mac OS, a Linux, or a Windows host machine? So, and they have a pretty good installation documentation, which you can look at it here. So the latest version of Tail is 6.8, and you can just view. If you're for Windows, you can come to Windows, and they'll actually give you an overview of the Windows installation process for Tails. So for me, what I've discovered is that I'm going to use a VMware workstation. So I will be using an ISO image, where Tails doesn't offer an ISO image, but when you come to a website such as MajorGeeks.com, you can come here, and then you can download the ISO image. I've downloaded the ISO image, so you'll click download, and then it will download the ISO image, and then this is the ISO image that we'll be using to actually install the Tails operating system on VMware workstation or VirtualBox. It doesn't matter. So the installation process is actually kind of the same. And once you download the ISO image, you will get a .iso image. I have already downloaded it. It's around 1.4 GB, quite big. So once you come here once you download your ISO image, what I have discovered is that in the Tails.net, they don't have an ISO image. What they have is .image, which is actually used in booting the operating system into a thumb drive. So when you want to install it through the USB stick, they have a very good guide here. You have one USB stick with 8 GB minimum, Windows 7 or later, and then you can follow the steps. So you can come here, and then you download the Tails, which is an USB image, and then you'll convert it. You'll use I think Bella Etcher, and then you can convert it into a bootable. So the thing that I wanted to come into this website, where I wanted to do something called you verifying your download. So what this means is actually you come to Tails, and you make sure that whatever you've downloaded from other third-party websites such as MajorGeeks, which is actually MajorGeeks is it's known. You can see that there are over 50,000 downloads. You can come here and select the download that you've downloaded and try to verify it. So I can come here and then come here to download the ISO, and then you can click here. So it's verifying whether that ISO image is corrupt or it's good. So that's a good way to actually maintain integrity and make sure that whatever you downloaded from the internet is actually safe. So this is actually verifying that verify your download to make sure that it is safe and was not corrupted during download. So this is the good thing with Tails. If you download something from any third party, we want to make sure that that ISO image is as clean as possible. So this might take time. So when you are going to download the image, you can now follow the steps of here. You download the Tails.image. You can come here and verify the download, as I said. So once you verify the download, so mine is still verifying, and you can come then and download Belana Etcher, which is a free software tools. Then you can convert that .image into a bootable USB stick for the USB stick. So it's a good documentation showing you everything that is needed when you want to actually install Tails and boot it from your host machine. So let me check. Yeah, so verification successful. So this means that my file that I downloaded from Major Geeks is actually fine. So the next thing we are going to talk about is the installation process. So I will start my VMware Workstation. I'm using VMware Workstation Pro, and yeah, I have a couple of machines. So what I'll do is I'll create a new virtual machine, and yeah, so I like the typical, I don't want the custom. I will go and I will say install the operating system later. Yeah, so Tails, I'll say just others, or shall I use Linux? And yeah, just let me leave it at, I don't really much care, so I'm going to call it Tails. And then I'm going to just choose a place where that I will store it. I will use created a Tails file, and then just give it 20 GB, because it's once the thing is with Tail is that once once you finish doing whatever you're doing with Tails, every information is going to be removed. So that's the benefit of using Tails. So I'm going to leave the split virtual disk into multiple files, and then next, and then just finish. And then it's going to create that Tails. And what I will come here into my virtual machine workstation is that I'll come to edit virtual machine. And yeah, I'm going to, this is a memory of 2 GB, it's fine, hard disk. And what I'll go is CD, and then I'm going to use the ISO image that I downloaded, which is on my download file, and then I'll click it, and then I'll click OK. So, and then what I'll do is just power on this virtual machine. So it's going to power now the virtual machine, and then it's going to tell me it's Tails 6.1 automatic. And then I just like to remove this. This is just VMware tools that I won't be needing right then. Maybe I will install them later. So the thing here, it might take a while to now boot up from the VMware workstation, but yeah, so the good thing is that it's up, and let's see. So we can now we understood. So if you want to actually do the bootable USB stick, you can use the guide here for any type of operating system, be it Windows, Mac, or Linux. So it depends on what is your host operating system. So it's taking a while. I think I will try to fast forward this part where the installation is taking a little bit. Okay, so yeah, I think I will fast forward this, and once it's done we can, oh, I think it's up. So I was thinking of fast forwarding, but I think I'll try to fast forward this. And I can just make it full and then remove the home part. It's unnecessary. So it's taking a while. So let me just fast forward this, and then we will continue from here. The Tails is up and running. So this is actually the interface that you will get for the first time, and you'll get this interface once you shut down the machine. So as I said earlier, Tails is this type of operating system that once you shut it down, it just starts afresh. So what I was talking about, the persistent storage, is where you can save some of your files, such as passwords, documents that you download from Tor. And this persistent storage only works while you're using a USB stick. It doesn't work when we are going to be using this virtual operating system. It only works when you are using an actual USB. So it's an encrypted persistent storage, so you have to, you'll be prompted to put in a password. But for this purpose, we'll just go on and click Start. So we're going to start Tails, and I hope it doesn't take too much time to load. So yeah, so this is actually the interface. And the thing I also wanted to talk about is that while you're using the USB stick, the connection is going to be fast. I don't know why it's taking so long, but okay, I will also try to fast forward this, and we'll meet you up when all this process is done, and then we can continue from there. You will encounter when you first actually open Tails, and this is actually going to be what you're going to see every time you power on Tails. And one thing I want to emphasize is that this is just for demonstration purposes, so that we can actually record and we can see things. But what I will actually really emphasize is that, please, if you're going to the real world environment, kindly use the Tails in a USB stick, because there's high chances that maybe the host or the virtualization software might not know what you're actually doing. And the reason why I'm using Tails is, as I said earlier, that most of the time this dark web website that you're going to visit might have malicious software. And the reason I'm using Tails is that I don't want these softwares or this malicious code to be in my main machine. That's what I'm actually avoiding. So when you first see this, you will come here and just hit connect to Tor, and the configure Tor bridge is actually, you use it when you are in a country where Tor is actually, it's illegal to use Tor, so you'll have to configure Tor bridge. And in countries where they have those kind of rules, so you'll be able to configure Tor bridge. So for now, we are just going to connect to Tor automatically, and I'll hit the connect, and we'll see that the Tor bridge is doing the connection. So, and one thing I wanted to emphasize is that I noticed that my machine was very slow and sluggish. So what I did is I went to the file, the Tails, and I right-clicked and I went to settings. And what I did is I came here and changed the memory to 4 GB, and the processor I increased, and I'm seeing a better improvement in performance. And that's it. So you can actually, if you have higher RAM, 32, you can increase it, and that's just basically based on your machine. So, and you can hit OK. And the other thing that I wanted to also note is that once you right click on the VMware Workstation, you will VMware Workstation, I'm using the VMware Workstation Pro, which is paid, but you can actually use the VMware Workstation, which is just for a community use. You don't use it while for commercial use. They actually removed the VMware Workstation Player, and now it's the Workstation, but for community purposes. I recommend that you install VMware tools so that you can have features such as the copy paste from host to the virtual machine, and other features such as the screen size and much more. So this is a good thing. And once again I'm connected to Tor successfully, then I can come here and start Tor. And let me talk about the small other overviews about the Tails operating system. We can see here we have the power button, we can see activities, we can click on the application and the places. So this is, if you are familiar with the Debian, type of operating system such as Kali, then this won't be a problem. We have the Tor, Thunderbird for emails, Cleopatra for the PGP key encryptions, and so much more. So that's basically the applications. And as I said earlier, once you power off this machine, everything is cleared. So once you come in the machine again, you start afresh. And that's why I'm really emphasizing, if you are going out there and doing some illegal stuff which we do not promote, we condemn in this channel, then you'll have to use the USB stick. I can now go here and double click for a full view, and now I'm brought to the Tails website, but this is now the Tor browser. This is the Tor browser, and I can just close the Tails. And one thing I just like, so what I usually like to say is that Tor browser is just Firefox on steroids, and we also have add-ons, we have passwords, so it's just like a normal browser, so you don't have to be intimidated by anything. So we have the uBlock Origin, which is also an extension that is found on Firefox. I actually realized that they are going to remove it on Chrome. The recent the upcoming updates on Chrome, the uBlock won't be allowed anymore. So uBlock Origin is a very privacy enhanced extension that is used to block website from actually accessing your physical location, such as they're going to block trackers, they're going to block ads, and those kind of things. And there is other extension you can type, like HTTPS everywhere. So you can also type other extensions. So you can see it's like ads on Mozilla, which is Mozilla is Firefox, and you can type and look for other type of extensions over here. The HTTPS everywhere. I think I'm not seeing it, but yeah, if you want extensions, you can come on here. If you also want to manage your extension and give those permission, all those, if you want to disable, so it's basically the extension things. And the other thing I also wanted to talk about is these are kind of the settings that I will like. I will go to settings and preferences, and then I'll go to privacy. And what I'll do is I will go to I'll go to privacy. And yeah, I'll go to the security levels, and what I like to do is I like to do the safest. I want to be safe. So what the safest does is that standard will these are security levels that are just kept. And what safest does, it just blocks JavaScript. JavaScript will be disabled by default on all site. Some fonts icon will be disabled. So this safest is good because it blocks those JavaScript codes that like installing, they execute malicious code. So that is the setting that I like to put. And the other thing is we can go on and check what is my IP, or do I leak? So this is a website to check, okay, we are connected into Tor. Are we on the same IP address as before, or as the address change? So you can notice that, as I said earlier, that Tor is very, we have detected that you have been connected over Tor. So go to DuckDuckGo. So I'll click that. So as I said, you will discover that Tor is actually very slow. So anything that you do, so yeah, I'm told to go to DuckDuckGo, and we are not going to be using Google over here, because if you're privacy oriented, you know what Google is all about. So I'll go do I leak, and I'll try to search that. So we've detected that you've been connected over to the issue with the exit node. So no, that currently using, please recreate your circuit and restart your Tor browser. So yeah, there's an issue. So what I'll do is maybe start Tor browser again. So okay, let me try and increase. So, and go to do iLeak and then try again. So I hope this time we are going to be taken to do iLeak. So I don't know what's the problem with this, but we have detected that you have connected over Tor. There appears to be an issue with the Tor exit node you're currently using. So please recreate the Tor circuits and restart your Tor browser. So okay, what I will do is that just go to the application and I'll go to the Tor connection again. I'll try to restart it. I think then this issue might be, so I'm connected again. I'm being told I'm connected. So let me start again my Tor browser. So the exit node, we went and we did an in-depth study, as I said, on the video about being anonymous and using Tor. And if you've been watching Mr. Robot, it's a classic hacking series where they say that if you control the exit node, you control the entire network. So the Tor exit nodes, as I said in my, I don't want to be repetitive, but as I said, it is rumored that most nodes are actually now owned by law enforcement. And I also read an article the other day that was saying that the Dutch law enforcement had managed to find a way of de-anonymizing users and actually finding what users were doing on Tor, but they could not actually they could not find the actual IP address, but they could find what users were doing on Tor. But these are the things that the Tor project is has been facing, where nodes have been used by law enforcement and those kind of things. So I can use what is my IP. So let's try this and let's hope that this time the Tor exit node works. Yeah, so we brought so that problem is fixed. So we can come here and we can look at, okay, what is my IP address? Is my IP address using another so right now I'm being told I'm in India. So I'm in Jaipur region, Jashtasta. I'm in India. So that's my IP address. But in reality, I'm not in India. And I'm somewhere far from India. So this is what actually Tor is used for. So I'm really happy to be using I'm really happy to have talked about this. And in the next video, probably we are going to now dive deep on how we can access and find these dark websites. And we'll be waiting for your comments. And also, if you have websites that you think are worthy for us to visit, it will be a good place and a good starting point. So I want just to make an I just want to say that the dark web is at its sound. It's full of dark things. It's full of if you're going to do it in a forensic instance, then I'm going to tell you that you're going to find really, really bad things. You're going to find things that actually evil. And we won't go to those sites, but curiosity kill the cat. If you want to be the cat, then if you're going to take that route, then you're going to find some marketplaces that all type of criminality. That's why it's being called the dark web. So I'm really happy that we've done the installation. We've looked at the overview of the browsers, the Tor browser, the operating system that we are going to use. And I will insist that if you're going to use this in real world, please kindly don't use a virtual machine. Use a USB stick. Just use a bootable USB stick from a computer and finish, and then you just eject it. So that's it. If you've enjoyed this video, if you find it useful, kindly subscribe. I want if you find that you can share the video too, I will really appreciate. So I'm just waiting for the engagement, and I hope to see you on the next video.